can I tell you what happened to us when we were in Lyon? There was, my next door neighbor was a man, a couple, and he was a little bit retarded. And when school started, I started to go to school. My brother went to kindergarten, and I went to school, to middle school. And this man used to come and wait for me in school, and he scared me. And one day he grabbed me, and I cried to my parents that he was doing this. So my mother, against my father's better judgment, my father said, no, don't do anything because they know we're Jews and they are going to report us. And my mother said, no, we have to speak to this woman. He has to stop bothering my daughter. So we went to the next door neighbor, and my mother told the woman what her husband was doing. And the woman said, it's nothing. He thinks he's 13 years old. In the meantime, within that week, within a few days after this, the French police came knocking at the door. And they came into our apartment. No, when they knocked at the door, my parents gave signal to be quiet, and we were quiet. And then we heard the next door neighbor said to the police, they're home, I heard them come. So my father did open the door, and they arrested my father because that was just about the time that Russia declared war to Germany, or Germany declared war to Russia, and my father was a white Russian. So they arrested my father. But this was later. We were there at least a year and a half. It must have been the beginning of 1942, or the end of 1941. Because at the time, there was myself, my cousin Fanny, her sister Morissette, my brother, and two other kids, and I don't remember those two kids, but I was the oldest, and I was home for 48 hours, taking care of those children, not knowing whether my mother and father were going to come back or not. And after 48 hours, my mother and my father came back. Don't ask me how she did it, she never talked about it. And I was so happy to see them that I don't think I ever asked.